Have you ever been on a date with someone and at the start everything is going great, but all of a sudden you say something which immediately triggers them? And like you notice that they stop smiling and they're constantly checking their phone, they're trying to leave the place. So I swear this will all make sense in a minute, but this is what we call ejection triggers in advertising. And I'll show you how you can use these ejection triggers or how you can identify these ejection triggers to create ads that not only speak to your target audience, but they also make sure that you don't say the wrong thing to them. Because as much as advertising is about saying the right things, more than that, it is about avoiding the wrong things. So recently, as I was doing cold outreach, there was this brand called Just Us, and I was doing market research for them. Just Us is a skincare brand where it is meant for people who are above 60, I believe. Yeah. So skincare for people exclusively above 60 or above 50 as well. And it's a founder led brand. So if we go to their website, the product which I was making a cold traffic ad for was the Transform Serum. Yeah. If you look at the recent ads, it's a founder led brand and the founder is a 68-year-old woman.
Started this company
Yeah. So just take a look at this first.
Started this company when I was 68 years old. I am 70 plus years old now. Why did I do that? Because I could not find any products that actually made a difference on my face. And by the time you're 68, you really need products that actually do something. I'm not saying there aren't great products out there. I just couldn't find them. I really hope you like our products as much as I do. I made them to work for women like us. We've been around the blocks a few times. We're resilient. We know how to crash and burn and stand back up again. And these products are for us.
So when I first saw this ad, I immediately knew that something was off in the skincare market for mature audiences in the US, because she said that she couldn't find any products which worked for them. And especially at the end, she says that we've been around the block a few times, we crash and burn, but we still get up again. So this sort of talks about how the current products which are being sold in the US for skincare make empty promises. Like they make a lot of empty promises that this will work, that will work, but they don't for mature audiences. So that is the first thing which I picked up through their current ad, is that something is off. So I went to Perplexity and did some market research, and I found this video, and this video is very interesting. Like, I'll show you why. So this video is about an old woman who reacts to the worst ageist beauty and skincare ads. I'll just show you some of the ads which they made for skincare.
I've been away for a couple of weeks, just taking a rest. I just needed to look at the first ad. Oh, this one is quite an ad. It says,
Yeah, so check this one out. See your mother on holidays, not every time you look in the mirror. So what they're basically saying is that you, as you become older, you look like your mother. So if you don't want to look like your mother, you should probably use our cream or our serum, and not every time you look in the mirror. So the best reaction which I could find for this is there was someone who had commented that why would I not want to look like my mother? So I think that this is a very good ejection trigger which we've just found, is that you can't shame anyone in your ads technically, and like you're telling women that they shouldn't look like their mothers when they actually want to look like their mothers, and they respect their mothers and grandmothers a lot. So this is exactly what I mean when I say ejection triggers. And through the comments, I found out a lot of things, like mature audiences already know that they are being shamed by the current advertising and advertisements, so they already hate them for that thing, because like they have been the scapegoat, as you can say, for these skincare brands. And take a look at this comment. I agree, so many of the ads are so belittling. Happiness lights you up from the sky, and healthy aging is a good thing. So from here you can understand that you don't want to paint aging as something which is very, very bad. You want to paint it as something which is natural, which is going to happen. But our products make it happen in a way which is very natural, you can say. Or you might have a couple of lines, you might have a couple of wrinkles on your face, but that is what is going to separate you, or like that is just going to be a sign of your wisdom, that you've grown old and you've aged in a healthy way. So that is one thing which we can get from this. And there was another, that every one of these ads have teenagers modeling for skincare. I'm 65 years old and I use all natural oils, and I've been told I don't look like 65. So another thing is that what they don't like is that all of these ads use teenagers and young women in as their models in these ads. So old audience can't really relate to them. So from this comment section, I got to know a lot of things which the skincare industry is doing wrong in their ads. And so I wrote a script for Justice Transform Serum, which uses all these ejection triggers and uses this frustration in the target market to give them something which they can relate to. So I'll just show you my script which I've written. This is the script which I've written, and this is from the point of view of the founder herself. The biggest credibility fact for this brand is that the founder herself was making the formulations, and she was saying that this is something which I've tried myself, I've made myself for women like us. So it can't get better than that in terms of credibility. So the ad which I scripted is from her point of view, and it reads something like, at 68, I was fed up with big beauty ignoring women our age. So in the first line itself, the audience can immediately relate to her because they are also fed up. So I traveled to the rainforests of Indonesia and discovered a blood red oil that flushes out years of damage without empty promises. This is the fascination, or what we can say the curiosity point of this script, where we are telling them that she traveled to the rainforests of Indonesia and discovered a blood red oil that flushes out years of damage without empty promises. So without empty promises, flushes out years of damage. We are sort of hinting at the mechanism over here as well, that it flushes out the damage. And we are describing the oil as blood red, so that again builds up curiosity, and it's from Indonesia. So there are a lot of elements which are building up curiosity in this one line. This part over here, this part is just building rapport with the audience. So you are mirroring their beliefs to them. You are basically saying over here that I am one of you. I feel the exact same way as you do about the current situation of skincare and skincare products, and I am fed up with all of it. First, we convince them emotionally that the latest skincare products do not work, and now we have to tell them something logical as well, because you must have heard the famous line that people buy with emotion and justify with logic. So you need to give them that logic, and the logic is that their products are focused only on trendy ingredients which plump and hydrate the skin, but these ingredients might work for 20 somethings, like they might work for young people, but mature skin like ours need deep renewal and restoration. That's why I made the Transform Serum with Boa Mera oil, its blood red color comes from having the highest concentration of lycopene found in nature. So over here we introduce the product, which is the boa mera oil. We tell why it is blood red in color, and it has the highest concentration of lycopene found in nature, which is the same antioxidant found in tomatoes. The antioxidants in this oil reach deep into your skin and flush out the years of accumulated damage. The reason I went with flush out as the mechanism is because there are antioxidants, and whenever we talk about antioxidants, people always relate it to something as flushing out impurities, flushing out toxins, flushing out damage, cleaning. That is the reason why I went with flush out. Otherwise, there were a lot more options to describe the mechanism. But that's not all. The serum also contains snow mushrooms from Thailand and kakadu plums from Australia, which nourish your skin and heal it from within. So the rest of the ad now talks about how to use the serum. Then there's some social proof, and in the end there's a CTA. To summarize this ad, first we understood the ejection triggers of our target market, what they absolutely don't like about the industry. We use that to our advantage by telling them that we feel the same way as they do. Then we explained logically why the current solutions don't work, and we positioned our product in a way which tells them that it works. Like, we showed the mechanism as well, that it flushes out the damage and this is how it works, and it doesn't just work on the surface, but rather it gives deep cleaning. So this was a pretty long video, but if you've stuck till the end, you can understand how you can use the emotional triggers or the ejection triggers in your market to write really good copy. And the majority of copy is avoiding things which you shouldn't say to your market rather than saying the correct things. So if you even understand what to not say to your target market, like 50 to 60% of your copy is done. And that's all for this video. If you want to work with me, you can drop a DM on my Twitter or just send a mail to kush@createad.in. The links are in description, and I'll see you in the next video.